tourists on the same tour die of suspected heart attacks while snorkelling off Cairns. A mother and son critically injured in a family driveway tragedy. A man charged over the deaths of 2 workers at Eagle Farm Racecourse. Your first look inside the Southeast's new IKEA ahead of tomorrow's opening. And the Aladdin caves of trash and treasure waiting for your bid. Good evening. Mystery surrounds the deaths of 2 French tourists who died while snorkelling on the Great Barrier Reef off Cairns. The pair was part of a larger group visiting the famous stretch when almost simultaneously both had fatal heart attacks.
The holiday of a lifetime.
Thinking driver saves 35 children as their bus goes up in flames. A Coomera home targeted in a drive-by shooting. Carrara man arrested on 48 child sex charges. And he's finally on his way. Migaloo pops up south of the border.
Live from 50 Cavill Avenue, Surfers Paradise, 9 Gold Coast News.
Good evening. Dozens of children owe their lives to a bus driver who helped them to safety when their school bus exploded into flames. Kari-Anne Greenbank was at Arundel State School. Kari, how did it all unfold? Well, coming up, the grand plan to revitalise Nerang. And thank you for your company this week. More now with Lisa. Good night.
A new supersonic jet has been unveiled in the United States, faster than any passenger jet ever before. The billion-dollar project, backed by Sir Richard Branson, claims flight times between Los Angeles and Sydney will be halved to just 6 hours.
Futuristic, aerodynamic.
The Australian cricket crisis has claimed its first scalp, with Chairman of Selectors Rod Marsh dramatically quitting his position. It comes after national team players were banished to state cricket as the country tries to stem a disastrous run of 5 straight losses.
The pressure had reached fever pitch.
Gold Coast surfer B. Durbidge has returned to competitive surfing 12 months after a shocking shattered pelvis at the Pipeline Masters almost ended his career. The 33-year and the live draw for the Brisbane Global Tens might have been held in the Queen Street Mall today, but it may have been for nothing. Over 500 players from 14 teams will play in the competition, but it looks like we could already know the winner. Pedro the Psychic Possum, with a helping hand from his trainer, predicted the champions of the February showdown will in fact be the Queensland Reds. He seemed to have a little bit of help making that decision.
Yeah, I like the sounds of that. Thank you, Wally. Well, coming up, how just one bid could land you a treasure trove of goods. And Gary then has the weather, and it was a beautiful day.
It certainly was, but it started with a coolish morning. Temperatures a little below average, but what a great November day it turned out to be. Still 23 degrees in Brisbane and Ipswich, 22 currently on the coast. Right now, let's have a look what's on tomorrow's Today Show.
To finance now, and the stock market closed lower. The All Ords down less than a point. Our dollar is buying 75 US cents. Petrol is averaging $1.29.5 across Brisbane. On the Gold Coast, it's $1.32.4. You see storage yards everywhere, but what happens when those renting space can no longer pay up? Storage shed owners are auctioning the contents, and for a bargain hunter, it can mean a treasure trove of cheap goods. Gary has the weather now. Gary, when are we expecting to see that shower?
We could even see a shower or two overnight, but early tomorrow morning it'll be mainly the coastal fringe and around the Bay Islands. It was a beautiful day today over the city, barely a cloud in sight. So we'll see a little bit move in overnight and tomorrow in some fresh southerly winds, but still a warm day. The low was Bow Desert with 12 degrees. It got down to 13 in Ipswich, but a high of 30 today. 28 degrees in the city, right on the November average. Only 25 today, Redlands, while Toowoomba 27 degrees. On the weather map tomorrow, we have a trough over the far north that could produce a few showers. A lot of heat building down in the southeast corner. Some of those southern capitals could see the warmest day in around 9 months. A cold front will bring some cooler showers from WA moving into South Australia later in the day. Around the capitals tomorrow, heating up in Adelaide, 34 degrees, 30 on the way for Melbourne and sunny. Windy in Hobart and 29, 37 for Alice Springs. Canberra, mostly fine, 26. Sydney, 24 degrees. So for our backyard, Bayside, the coastal fringe, a light shower or two. We're only looking at a millimetre or two at most. 28 in Caboolture tomorrow, 26 for the Gold Coast and the Sunshine Coast. Dry though for the western suburbs, 30 degrees and 26 on the way for Toowoomba. So don't expect too much in the rain gauges tomorrow. Early showers tomorrow morning, probably slightly heavy falls around the 18 degrees in the city, 28 the high. Tomorrow the sun up at 4:47 and still not expecting much in the gauge. The week ahead looking quite dry, but the days ahead looking nice.
Yeah, not too bad. Thanks, Gary. And there's more news on our website, 9news.com.au. Current affairs next. Good night.